Good afternoon and welcome to Hot Jobs at HireMilitary. It's so lovely to see you this afternoon. You may all still be enjoying the heights of summer, but I'm definitely in fall, if not winter, here in the interior of Alaska in a very chilly 41 degrees. I've got my fireplace on next to me. But I'm very glad to see you all. It's lovely to see our new people here today. Thank you for joining us. Really, really grateful that you've joined us today and that you are here to listen to what we've got to say. If you're an OG and you've been around a while, great to have you back. Give us your name. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you are. What we really want to know today is what you are looking for. What sort of role you are looking for. Career field, location. Are you looking for a SkillBridge internship opportunity or a direct hire permanent role post-active duty? Are you a vet? Are you a transitioning service member? Or are you a military spouse? We really want to have that information from you because we utilize it on a weekly basis. After these lives, we go back and we look at every single comment. We give you the answers that you're looking for to the best of our knowledge and our ability. But we mine and we scan all of this information so that we know what to go back to our internal co-workers and our business development team to say, hey, this is what our community is looking for this week. These are the types of roles. These are the types of companies. Help us. And then they utilize that information to make their calls. We have somebody new with us today who you may not have seen before. His name is Audryn, and I am about to introduce him. But before I do, let me just introduce myself. I'm Lucy. I head up the talent acquisition team here at HireMilitary. I am a military spouse, and my husband is active duty Air Force, and we are currently stationed at Eielson Air Force Base, Alaska, where, like I said, it is definitely winter today. Matt, what about you?
All right, thank you, Lucy. My name is Matt. I'm one of the recruiters here with HireMilitary. I'm a Marine Corps veteran, retired last year. Did the SkillBridge program through HireMilitary, got hired on, been loving it ever since. I'm located out in Eastern Tennessee. I saw somebody that's in 29 Palms, California. I'm sorry. I spent a few years there. Good luck. No, it's great to be here. This is a good time. We get to share a lot of great opportunities with you. I got a bunch of job opportunities, also some SkillBridge. But if you have anything out there you're looking for, please let us know in the comments. We'll be more than happy to try to help you. Lucy.
Wow, Audryn, how about you? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
So thank you, Lucy. It's great to be here. A little bit about myself. So 22 years in the active duty Air Force is my background. And inside that, I have experience in logistics management and also being a first sergeant. My last base was here at Barksdale, Louisiana. So that's where I am right now. Pretty hot. I think it's about almost 100 degrees right here. So sorry about that cold.
Oh, it's okay. It's only another couple of years, then I'm definitely out of here. So we wanted to spend some time talking to Audryn this afternoon because he is our newest SkillBridge intern here at HireMilitary. And we think it's always really interesting to you as a population and a community. If you are about to transition, or if you already have, some of this may resonate with you. There may be some synergy in your experience. And just really identifying and having a conversation about what he's experienced so far in terms of his transition. He is still active duty. He has been with us for about 4 weeks now. So I think there's definitely some learning we can all do here in terms of what he's come across, what he's identified, and specifically because he has been working with us here in talent acquisition. So he's had that behind the scenes recruiter eye view on what to do and what not to do when it comes to making your applications straight out of the military. So Audryn, you told us where you are, you told us your career field, but can you tell us a little bit about why this role specifically originally appealed to you for you to undertake as your SkillBridge internship?
So I'll tell you, it was a little bit of anxiety coming over, from active duty military to SkillBridge. I had a few different opportunities, but then I came across HireMilitary, and retiring as a first sergeant, of course, all I wanted to do, because I volunteered for it, was to help people. So coming to find out that I can continue to help people even on the outside, I think that's what really struck my everything that I wanted to do. So coming over was really the family feel, coming over to the team and seeing that just how family like it was. I loved that. I really didn't think it was going to be like that, but everybody, opened their arms and brought me into the fold. So that really helped me out. And I think for people that are in the transition, you really don't know what you don't know. People think, just like myself, you think you have to put down everything as far as like experiences, not knowing that your experiences don't really translate as far as like bullets to the outside. But your experiences do translate. You just have to not put it in bullet form. So that was a little bit of a learning curve for me.
And you've been with us for about 4 weeks now, and we absolutely adore having you here. But what has been the biggest surprise in terms of corporate recruitment? What have you learned above and beyond the bullets, and you can't literally pick up from an eval and throw it into a resume? Working with transitioning service members, or what you've learned in terms of recruitment, if there was one takeaway right now, what would that be, and what would you share with everybody here?
So I think in my experience, it was probably not waiting to the last minute. I think for me, I thought it was going to be much easier to make that transition. And before I found HireMilitary, it was pretty hard. Once I found HireMilitary, I wasn't even, in the process of like interviewing and internships and stuff like that. But still, they gave me those tools at the front end, pretty much my starting point, as far as how to interview, how to translate, those 12 or 14 EPRs into something that somebody in the corporate world would be able to read and actually get, value from. So that was pretty big for me.
And talking about internships and all of that, we've got Kadeen who's joined us this afternoon. I can see her in the chat. Kadeen was our Skillbridge intern before Audrey started, so it's so lovely to see her here as well and to corroborate what you're saying. Finally, one last question to you. In terms of the challenge, and transition is difficult, and we all understand that. Naturally, I haven't been there, but my husband is or has. You guys are all veterans. But what has been the most significant change for you working in the corporate world versus being in the military for your whole of your career?
I think the biggest change for me was pretty much finding something new to wear every day.
So no uniform anymore. It's not that easy. We noticed.
Yes. See, I got the nice cool shirts, representing. But aside from that, big difference was that it really wasn't a huge difference. And I mean that by saying mission needs, and the mission has to get accomplished, right? So that's what you have in the DoD, and that's actually what's going on the corporate side. Our corporate partners, they have mission needs. But the thing that I figured out with HireMilitary is that they understand that people are the greatest asset. I've talked to numerous different partners, and all of them know like these are what we need to accomplish the mission. The people is the biggest asset. So they have created, great direct hire and skill bridge opportunities to pretty much get you from the starting point to the ending point. And I think that was the biggest thing that I realized, which was great.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And Pasley has asked, actually, so one final word from you on this, Audrey. He said he's unfamiliar with Skillbridge. And I feel like so many of our listeners and our viewers are unfamiliar before they get to know us. Can you, in Cliff's notes, in your elevator pitch terms, tell us quickly what Skillbridge actually is and what it involves?
So Skillbridge is really for the active duty member. Active duty is going to pretty much get you ready for the Skillbridge process, because for the Skillbridge, you get I would say roughly, depending on if you're voluntarily getting out or if you're retiring, you get roughly about 4 months with that company for them to pretty much groom you into the job that you possibly could get once you reach the end of that Skillbridge.
So basically, Pasley, it's an internship opportunity that you can take part of when you're still active duty. It essentially is a TDY. You are on secondment to corporate America, where you can get that experience and those skills to make you transition ready and to help you get into a new role post active duty. Thank you, Audrey. It was so lovely to chat with you today. If you are new here, you might not be familiar with our format, so let me tell you a little bit about what we discuss in the 30 minutes that we are here today with you. We talk through all of our newest positions, both skill bridge internship opportunities and direct hire permanent roles. We give you sort of our highlights of the last week. So please don't think that what we talk about today is all we have to offer. If there is something else you are looking for, do drop it in the notes, because as we see, if you say cybersecurity, Dallas, Texas, we may have that role. We may have a role there, so we can share that with you. Otherwise, you can take a look at our website, which is HireMilitary.us. All of our positions, so we have over 130 permanent roles there right now, all across the US, as well as remote, across so many different career fields, as well as all of our skill bridge internship opportunities. And you can see the newest ones because they are put up in chronological order. As a note, we are going to go to Matt first of all, but before we do that, if there is something that you are interested in, you think, yes, this is for me, I absolutely want to hear more about that role, just drop a comment, say the name of the job title, because if you say this one and we go back later on, we don't know which one that one is, and we will connect you with further information. So Matt, why don't we go to you first of all, like I just said, and you can tell us which positions you've got to share with us today.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. All right, so I have a few different jobs I'm going to talk about. The first one is a field service engineer. This one's in a few different locations. We got one in San Francisco, California, Madison, Wisconsin, and the potential for one to be in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So what they're looking for, well, first off, this company is a world-leading nitrogen generator manufacturing company. They supply and support laboratory-grade gas generators globally. What they need is somebody to carry out just routine maintenance, conduct emergency repairs, installation, having a detailed understanding of like pressure and pneumatics, especially like a general knowledge of electronics and mechanical systems. So the cool thing is there's no like specific degree associated with this. They're going to value your experience more than anything. This would be really good for some folks coming out of the military, even just the veterans or military spouses that have been out in the workforce for a long time, that have this general background. So if you're interested in that one, drop it in the chat. You can also go to HireMilitary.us. That's probably one of the easiest things you can do is go to the website, look for jobs or internships, whichever one you're interested in, and apply through there. The next one I have, same company, two different jobs. So this one is actually very exciting for me because I obviously like music, but I have a couple different positions with a company in Nashville, Tennessee. They are in the vinyl production business. So they produce vinyl records. They really just want somebody that has a passion for music and quality production. The first one is a press operator. So you're basically just consistently meeting production goals, the schedule plans. If you have previous experience in a manufacturing industry, that's preferred. But really, if you have a passion for just creating a work of art, you're in front of a record press and you have that passion for music and you want to be involved in something like that, this is a great opportunity. There's no degree to high school diploma, but really that desire to just be a part of a team. The company is like looking to grow like 4 times over the next year and a half. They're like some really high goals that they're looking to achieve very quickly, which it was great to hear when I was talking to them. These are brand new within the last 24 hours too. So it's awesome to hear about these things. The next one, again, the same company, it's a maintenance specialist. So this one does require a little bit more technical experience, but you're going to help drive preventive maintenance plans. You achieve, maximum equipment efficiency. You're promoting that continuous operations and take advantage of cost reduction opportunities. So a lot of folks coming out of the military with Lean Six Sigma background, especially since, this is maintenance, it is in a production environment. OSHA is a huge plus to have. So if you have like an OSHA background, that's a huge opportunity. But they look for like a 2-year technical degree, work-related experience. That work-related experience is going to be huge, especially if folks coming out of the military, again, or just been in that manufacturing environment. any type of progressive mechanic, technical experience in the manufacturing setting, that's a huge one. But just sound mechanical judgment, you're able to operate the machinery and troubleshoot and really just help support the growth of the company. Again, it's going to be growing significantly. Just the culture of just being a part of a team and just growing within a company is working hard. That's the things they're looking for. Again, these ones are in Nashville, Tennessee. It's a beautiful area, beautiful state. But yeah, if you're interested in any of those, put them in the chat or go to HireMilitary.us. You can probably see the banner across the screen. If not, you can put it in the chat. We'll see it. We'll be able to reach out to you. But yeah, if you need any of those, whether it's in Nashville, Tennessee, you got the ones in San Francisco or Madison, Wisconsin, let us know. We'll be happy to help you. I'll just turn it back over to you, Lucy.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Whilst we're talking today, if you have any burning or pressing questions that you want to ask us in terms of the job application process or any challenges or obstacles that you are coming across at the moment, please do put them in the chat. And we save those and we endeavour to try and acknowledge and answer as many of those as possible at the end of the live today. So anything at all that you are thinking of as we are talking today, be it about putting your resume together, application, it could be negotiation of salary, let us know and we will do our very best to give you the answers from our experience. So I have two other positions to share today. The first one is a cloud infrastructure engineer, and this one is located in the Chicago metro area. It's working for a global leader in the metal industry, really helping to close the gap between metal producers and the end users. What they're looking for in terms of qualifications, a 2 to 3 years experience managing cloud infrastructure with either experience in AWS or Azure Cloud preferred. So that's the cloud infrastructure engineer in the Chicago metro area. In addition, we have multiple senior data analyst roles, and the locations for these are Phoenix, Atlanta, Mason, Ohio, Charlotte, and Morrisville, North Carolina. So quite a few locations there. This is for one of our bigger clients. And they are a real global team of thinkers. And that's the kind of candidate that they are looking for and why they've engaged with us, because they really do want candidates from the military population applying for these positions. This role really is to execute data solutions and data migration activities based on their already established processes. But equally, what they are looking for in terms of qualifications is around 5 years of full cycle deployments, hands-on ETL application experience, and Oracle database experience. And those qualifications specifically for these roles are really important. So let me just share those locations again. That's Phoenix, Atlanta, Mason, Ohio, Charlotte, and Morrisville, North Carolina. So like I said earlier, this isn't an exhaustive list of all of our direct hire opportunities. We have about 123 more on our website, HireMilitary.us. So do take a look. And if you have heard something today and you have the opportunity, take a look at our website as well so that you can find more detail. If you haven't had the opportunity and we see your notes at the end of this live, we will come in and we will give the URL to that. So that's it from Matt and I in terms of the permanent positions, but Audryn is now going to share some of the SkillBridge internship opportunities that we have.
Thank you, Lucy. I appreciate that. So big shout out to all our people in Ohio, because I have something special for you. So ServPro specializes in the cleanup and restoration of residential and commercial properties after fire, smoke, or water damage. As ServPro is an industry leader in an industry that is only going to continue to grow, I think people also underestimate how much money you can make in these positions. I've never seen a company offer such a range of potential opportunities before now. Accounts receivable to drywall finisher really covers a depth of skill sets. So like I said, in Ohio, for ServPro, we have sales representative, restoration crew chief, inside sales, drywall finisher, construction project manager, construction laborer, accounts receivable specialist. And guess what? Out of all those, no degree needed. So as you probably know, we always have a bunch of different opportunities as far as SkillBridge internships that come across our plate every week. So we're getting new updates every week. So please stay tuned, HireMilitary.us. And back to you, Lucy. Thank you.
Thank you. From our perspective, before I do answer some of the questions today, if you are unaware, our CEO, Mike Quinn, performs and delivers a LinkedIn live session. It's called Mastering LinkedIn through the USO transitions team at least every month. And at the end of this month, on August the 25th, he is doing a military spouse edition. Please don't think, oh, it's for male spouses, I can't go. Everybody is invited. But the information will be ever so slightly skewed because honestly, it was written for active duty and for the vets among us. There will be a little piece of military spouse centric information there, but it definitely is for everybody involved. If you're looking to understand and to know how to better utilize LinkedIn for your own benefit in terms of networking and connecting for your career future, do attend. You can go onto the USO website and take a look at the link and register from there. Or if you drop down below a note saying you're interested, we can send you that link as well. So there have been a few questions. Let's take a look. So Michael, you said that you were having trouble with the internship and getting an error message. I see that Brandy Walker, one of our recruiters, said that she will connect with you about that. So that's great news. That one's covered off. So Matt, Kevin has said today, and I wonder if you can shed some light on this, and perhaps we can all have a bit of a conversation around it, that he has been getting ghosted a lot by recruiters at the moment after some messaging. And he's asked if this is more common recently. Would love to hear your take on this.
I'd be interested to know where, personally. It is important to just stay in contact with people. Don't be afraid to reach out to folks. Like, I have people that'll reach out to me, ask me if I've heard anything. We strive to get feedback within 72 hours of an interview. That's our goal, is to be able to stay in communication as much as possible. Sometimes there's, you got the recruiters working with hiring managers, working with different people within the company, and it take some time. So, you could, depending on how long it's been, I've seen it take quite a long time for people to get back, unfortunately. Keep reaching out to them. You got to be persistent with it. And hopefully they can be honest with you and say, it just wasn't the right fit. Because sometimes that is a very difficult email or phone call to make. That's probably one of the hardest parts about this job, is letting someone know, like, hey, it's not going to work out. It is very difficult. And unfortunately, if that's what's happening, is people are just not sending an email or making a phone call because they don't want to. That's not good. Keep reaching out to them and ask the obvious question, or just be blunt with them. Hey, am I just not being considered for this? It just helps you with your search as much as possible, and try to get some feedback as much as possible. Like, what was it? So you can stand out a little bit more. That's my take on it. I can't really speak too much for what other people do or don't do, but that's just my take on it.
And I guess there's some context involved that we don't have here either, Matt, isn't there? Like my questions would be, when are you getting ghosted? Are you getting ghosted just in terms of regular contact and communication, just sort of the back and forth chat, or is it after applications? And I think if it's the back and forth chat, what I will tell you, and take my experience as just, perhaps other recruiters as well, if we're talking about on LinkedIn, I probably get, no word of a lie, about 30 to 40 messages on LinkedIn every single day asking for my help. And I can't spend all day, every day on LinkedIn. I've got a day job. So I might go on there for 30 minutes at a time and answer as many as I can if I have that opportunity. But then after that, 2 or 3 days may go past before I look at my messages again. And so many have stacked in on top. So the one that we talked in, it was the last communication that we may have had, will be 100 down. And I then go to the top 20 or 30. And it is just so hard for us in terms of that kind of instantaneous chat or instant chat to really go through and cover all of them off. And what I end up doing is doing it in the evening when I'm watching TV. So be aware that, there are other factors involved. It may not be you, it may be their timescales, it may be that they have something else has come up. But like Matt said, if it's definitely a role that's of interest to you, do be on them, do connect with them, do keep on them, because they will get back to you eventually. It's just at the moment our workload is such that it is really hard to juggle all of the balls. Somebody else has asked, can we take a look at their resumes? So that was Paul. Unfortunately, that is not something that we are able to do right now. However, we work with Hire Heroes USA, and I would hugely encourage you. If anybody here is looking for career counseling or coaching in terms of resume review, or even helping to write from the, from the get-go, from the first place, or some kind of interview techniques and coaching, do register with them, because they have the most amazing ability to be able to support you through the whole process. And they have some great transitioning career counselors. We really support them, and we really love working with them. Christian has asked, he has some questions that he'd like to ask offline. And again, this really harks back to that last thing that I said. Absolutely. We love it when you connect with us. Please do connect with us after this, all of us on LinkedIn, me, Audrey, and Matt, as well as our other recruiters in the team. But it's not something that we can get to as a priority. So if your question is urgent or burning, do put it in the chat here today so that we can answer it as soon as we come off of this call online today. We are coming up. Oh, look, Jay said he seconds that Hire Heroes will make your resume look good. Thank you for validating that. We definitely agree with you. We really love working with them, and their products that they create are amazing. I mean, Matt, are there any last words that you have today that you wanted to share with anybody?
No, I mean, reach out to us if you can, because connecting is always an easy thing to do. Because just put a little note in there that just says and that's just anyone in general that you just want to connect, join their network, look forward to it, because we share content on a regular basis. Like just this morning, I posted some graphics with some job opportunities. We do it on other social media, but we're doing it through the HireMilitary site, through our own personal pages, things that we're looking for. So it just raises more awareness, and you can see these things, but also you can comment on it, you can like it, you can share, and other people get to see it. So it just helps things grow significantly. It just builds the veteran support network by just connecting with us and then sharing the other opportunities that we have, because you never know, like you might not be the right fit for it, but somebody else could be. So just connect with us. It's just a simple, hey, I love to connect. I enjoyed watching that video. I got a whole bunch of those last week. It wasn't anything elaborate. It was just, hey, I loved watching the video. Love to connect. Thank you for everything you do. Like, hey, great. Thanks for connecting. Let me know if you need anything. And that does open the door, build the relationship too. I think that's what's important too. Build a relationship, ask a few questions. I've had people reach out, just ask a question like, oh, thank you for your time. And now we're connected. So if they need something, they know they can reach out to me, or that when I share the information, they're now seeing it and they can share it with their network.
I completely agree with you. One final question. And Justine, you said you want to connect. I want to connect with you too. That would be amazing. Roger has asked, he says he's got a master in accounting, and do we have any remote opportunities? Honestly, Roger, we don't have any remote accounting ones right now, but we do have 2 very senior accounting positions. They are located in Texas, though. So if that location could be of interest, do take a look at our website, and we can tell you a little bit more about it. But this has been great. Thank you so much. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Audrey, for taking your time to share our opportunities with me today. It's been so lovely to see you, to see all of your comments, and to share your information, and to really understand from your perspective what you are going through right now and how we may be able to help you. But until next week, 2 p.m. Eastern Time every Tuesday, I will say goodbye. Take care.